Okay, so for right now, I want to get booked. I want to get new camera equipment because I lost it in the apartment. New camera equipment, new lenses, new battery, new everything, so I can start getting my income back flowing. I want to get at least a couple of jobs and do videography. Keep me going. New place, get my brother out here, get him settled, and by the end of the year, by my birthday, I want to be able to take some money and put it down at least on a piece of land somewhere so I can start building a new home, preferably for my mama and my sister and my nephew. But I want to do that somewhere, anywhere. It does not matter. It can be personal or it can be strictly just a flip. I don't care. That's my main goal. And I want to start with all these other ideas I got with fashion and with merchandising and all those things I've been exposed to by going to school for business and working for different people's companies, different type of environments. So I want to get started with that as well. That's the goal for 2025. Right now, we're going to worry about the money. We're going to keep this content growing because, of course, I want this channel to keep on growing. I want it to inspire people. I want people to look at this channel and look at my journey and be like, damn, yeah, I can do that. I'm talking about people who feel like they have it bad and people who feel like they have it great. I want them to be able to look at this channel and be like, yep, I can go harder. I can give it some more. I want to do more arts and crafts too on here. I want to just show y'all like all the things that I'm interested in and show you the small steps. I definitely want to do that. Oh man, someone just sent me a cash app from YouTube. That's so cool. But yeah, that's what I want for 2025. It may be some other things, but I'm putting this out there because I'm stamping it. This is me stamping what I said I'm gonna do and what I want. Boom. Oh, most importantly for 2025, I want to grow closer with God. I pray all the time. I talk to God all the time. I'm starting to read his word. I listen to the sermons, but I want to grow closer to the point where it's kind of like I hear from him on my day-to-day decisions. You know what I mean? I know for sure. I'm like, okay, the God is not in that. Or God will want me to do this. This is an opening. I want to actually know that. Because sometimes we tell ourselves like, okay, God must have did this because it's something we want. In lines with what we want, but not who we actually are, what our mission is, what our purpose is. But it aligns with what we want. So we'll be like, yeah, God. And sometimes it don't be God. It just be you just doing whatever you want to do. So I'm trying to get out of that. That's the biggest thing for 2025. Just being able to hear from God and know what is and what isn't for you. Know when to move quicker when you discover what's not for you, because that's the problem too. You want to go back and you want to be like, maybe I'll play with it. And it's like, no, don't play with it. Once you know, you know. Once you know better, do better. Because once you know better and you don't do better, that shit attacks the fuck out of you. It attacks. So move quicker on the good and the bad. Once you discover it's not for you, move quicker. Once you discover it is for you, move quicker. Be diligent in your day and stop worried about everything, because the Bible says, oh Lord, I forget this sometimes. It's so crazy. Seek the kingdom and all his righteousness first, and all things will be added unto you. So all the things we worried about, like, I'm trying to do this, I want to do this, so everything I just said earlier in the video, it's like, man, just run after God, run after what's in front of you right now, and then let him do the rest. Show thyself approved. The more you work in your day-to-day journey, the more you're showing God what you're capable of doing, the more he's going to be testing you, like, okay, now you can get a little more, you can get a little more. So, damn, I ain't mean to get that deep, but I just thought about that. I was like, bro, that's the biggest thing for 2025 I need to be on. Just a closer relationship with God. Just being able to hear from God and know his voice. Know like, okay, that's God. That's not God. This is for me. That's not for me. Just because I've been doing this does not mean that this is something I need to continue doing in this season. Just because that benefited me once, that means it's going to benefit me now. Because God is always doing a new thing. He's always doing a new thing, so we got to catch up with it. We got to make sure that we stand in tune. We got to make sure that we stand in tune, not just for 2025, but for every year thereafter. So, y'all, I was in the process of walking away, and I just happened to look back at the building where I just did this video, and I seen this on the side. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. And the Bible even says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So that just means like challenge yourself daily to think about something differently, to feel a different way about it, to see a different side. Because we lean towards our own bias, we lean towards our own experiences and what's been told and taught to us from the beginning. We lean towards that. But start leaning towards like, let me put myself in a different pair of shoes. You know what I mean? Let me see how they may have felt or looked at that situation, because we're not always right. We're right according to how am I saying this? We are right according to how we design the board, but that doesn't mean that we're actually right in the situation. So I'm trying to put this the best way I can. We make ourselves right sometimes, but there's more to it. There's always more to it. So challenge yourself to just think differently every day about small things. Even when you feel like you've definitely been wrong, respond to it differently. Just responding to things differently, even if your response is no response, that's going to start building you up to becoming a better person. You feel what I'm saying? Even if your response is no response. If you're quick to be like, oh, I'm going to tell this mother, and you just sometimes just like, let me just sit back and shut up. Because what you now doing is practicing patience. You feel what I'm saying? What you now doing is practicing patience. You may be still irritated as a mug, but what you're doing is practicing patience. And the more you practice patience, the more things you can go through, the more you can actually hear things, the more you can actually see things and let things play out. Because sometimes things are just supposed to play out in front of us so we can be like, all right, that wasn't it. Or learn from it in a different way, learn from it in a way that it can benefit us. But we don't give things always the proper room and time to just play out. We play into it. Now we done created another storyline, another little situation from something that was only supposed to be a moment. From something that was only supposed to just give you guidance and direction maybe. Now you got to go through that whole... Yeah, I was like, dang, now you got to go through a whole cycle because you didn't have enough patience. You didn't have enough understanding to just be like, sit back and like, yeah, let me just view this from a different side. And you jumped into it. You reacted to it. Not everything deserves our reaction. It don't. Even when you feel disrespected. Even when you know for sure that you were wrong, it don't deserve your reaction. Because when you give your energy to something, guess what? Something got to manifest from it. Something got to come from it. Something got to come from it. So if you know like, okay, this is unpleasant, this is something I really don't want to deal with, then you have the power to withdraw all energy. You have the power to, like I said, just see things differently. Like, it can be as simple as you being in a crowded club, someone step on your shoe. Instead of you getting mad because you just bought these $300 shoes in a crowded club, might I add. And wore them to a crowded club, might I add. Maybe just look at it like, oh, damn, this person is a little fucked up right now. Let me give you some grace. They didn't really mean to do that. Let me not give them an attitude. Because what happens is you give them an attitude and now you have the right to be mad because they just stepped on your $300 shoes. But now they looking at you like, what's the fucking beef about? Sorry. Because you done came at them wrong. Now you got to fight. Now you're both getting kicked out or possibly getting assaulted. You see what I'm saying? It's like, just chill. Just chill. Fall back. fall back. Learn when to fall back. I think that's the bottom line. Learn when to fall back. Just see things differently. Stop approaching things the way that you've always approached them, because they always give you the same results one way or another. They always give you the same results. And the definition of insanity is keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. Yeah. So challenge yourselves just to think and feel a different way about things every day. The smallest things. It could be about the things you eating. It could be about the things you watching. Things you use for entertainment. Just do something different. Promise you it might help you. Not promise you it might help you. Promise you it's going to help you, because growth is what keeps us vital. So that means you're growing. You know what I mean? When you're doing something different, you're challenging yourself to move in a different way, you are now giving this the room to grow, to be transformed.